And now, our feature presentation.
You are watching a master at work.
Hello, everybody. Ralph in the building, and welcome to another episode of the Combat Club. And good morning to everyone who's watching in. I mean, what could I tell about it? UFC 304 Manchester was wild, was crazy, and even the time was 10 p.m. Eastern time, and they just stay up until 6 a.m. until the rain has to stop right now. I mean, Manchester fans are really different right now because it's not only about for the soccer, but also it's a great place for the mixed martial arts. So I appreciate it about that. So I was supposedly hanging out with my co-host Sion, but well, we had definitely had to go for the next episodes. But I know this is gonna be like in a morning show, but yes, because we're gonna to recap about for the UFC 304, which is a matter of fact, this is gonna be so interesting right now. From the beginning to the end, that was just like a great history. I mean, how does like it in the arena of the Manchester? I mean, a show which is the main card starts at 3 a.m. time for Manchester. I mean, there are blackout drug fans. I mean, the people fall asleep in their seats. I mean, that was just like how did they do that? How did they do that? That I was just like, because they became like the real heroes tonight. I mean, it's just like in the middle of the midnight, and they're praying. Also, they're just doing like the best for the fans. But yes, I'm very impressed right now. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to El Capitán Rafucho, also along with Zenith, which is my co-host, and ring the bell for notifications because right now we're gonna talk about for like the UFC 304. So wake the fuck up because right now it is the morning show, which I'm gonna to recap the UFC 304. So first and foremost, I just wanted to tell it about it's so great to have it to see like in the main car with all these amazing fights, including some shocking surprises that no one see that coming. No one. I mean, for no one had to see that it coming. I mean, between for Leon Edwards versus Milal Muhammad, I mean, during for the fight was probably concussed from being dropped with his head. I mean, it's probably he was running an instant habit, which is more crazy. That amount for Leon cheating, even though he stopped several takedowns for fence grabs. I mean, the problem between a black and dirty fighter and some people don't care when you lose. At least no one lost an eye this time. I mean, probably he cheated a lot for the third Usman fight, but they really care about for either. The Bella absolutely deserved the belt. But there's some like it of fights that no one see that coming, and that was like amazing that I just wanted to talk about it. I mean, yes. All right, so first and foremost, what you're talking about for like the big time. I mean, Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad. I mean, that was like a great banger. I mean, Leon just spent the whole entire fight backing off of the cage because he knew that Bilal plan was going to put on him on the floor. I mean, that was just like a stupid strategy because even he was striking his change and going immediately to place him against the fence. I mean, can you even imagine that's what they trained for? I mean, he should be very embarrassing for that performance. But Bilal Muhammad, they just won fair and square. And being champ is a loss that they just have to share. But I mean, what you have done for all the kids of your fame is what really keeps you alive. Because if they're gonna lose the fame in the important role, I mean, who shouldn't be know about it? I mean, he just looked like lazy and in terrorists in the circle, but after he just won against Colby Covington, I mean, Bilal Muhammad just give it like huge favor, and then kaboom. They just became look very good, but not that very important. So yes, I know this is gonna be like the almost some pads that we just see it about it for the reaction. I mean, people are so happy for Bilal. I mean, like I said it before, I mean, he's earned like the title shot repeatedly. I mean, they just had like way forever, even though that it was fair and square, he was doubted by everyone. I mean, one of the most uphill paths to the championship we ever see. But when it comes to the fight, it comes he absolutely outclassed Leon on the feet, ground, hard fought against odds. I mean, not only they just broke like the curse, but also he improved like in the go for the champion. But he should have like his title 4 fights 2 years ago after beating Wonderboy. I mean, he had to beat like three top fight opponents and an undefeated fighter. I mean, to really get for this time. But yes, I mean, honestly, it could be like a blessing in disguise with given like a whole year to train specifically. I mean, Leo just like a lone building guy who's like been an ancient grappling expertise has been built for beating 36 years old Usman with a head kick and watch Colby. I mean, they're very happy to fight at one tonight. I mean, let's be honest right now because Leon grappling defense was still good today, which is like on Sunday, which is most people get choked against for the master class that Belal Muhammad is going to pull up. I mean, he's still like more active, dynamic fighter than Leon Edwards, but people they never understand how people that convince themselves that Leon is more entertaining. It has been years now where the consensus go for a fight. I mean, the other guy is very athletic, skilled, dangerous, and then he just snagged for a W. I mean, it's gonna be like a really tough fight, but we just see like in a moment of truth. I mean, I know that's it's just tough for decision, but I mean, we just have to improve striking for the road. I mean, he will handle like the ground tough, but it's still can relate it for all these times. Still can really relate it. How's it going, Tony Shepard? Salute to you. So, good morning to you. Top of the morning. Also, salute to Bella Rosa Comunidades, which is right there on Instagram Live. So, after we just saw for Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad, I mean, we'll just say like every after the cut for him, but not saying they'll like guys to make mistakes or show poor fight IQ, but equally easily finish 4 or 5 times. But man, I cannot believe that it just really happened. All right, so right now, moving on for the next fight, which is Tom Espinal versus Curtis Blades. And he just won for the round one from knockout, TKO. I mean, all the people that just reacting and just like kabam. And the people that just want to people know that Tom Espinal is right there to show the whole world this is not going to stop. And of course, he was like calling out John Jones, which is like magnificent. But some people just might get wrong because some other people on the social media they say, "Oh, this is the most overrated UFC all the time," and it really proves what it gets finished tonight. But he has a more glaze, and he's just like a Johnny Walker or heavyweight who's really not that great. But we just wanted to check him out. And we just see like an enormous masterclass of Thomas Pinol versus Curtis Blades. I mean, what can I say about it? How many times can Curtis Blade work his way after the biggest fight of the career and getting knocked out like in 2 minutes? 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. And he became like a lean freak athlete from average guy. And then this is wanted to pull it out like the most consistent thing is getting knocked out. I mean, right now, Thomas Pinell is the true heavyweight champion. I should think that John Jones could be like a defend or a vacate. Just like very similar to Conor McGregor. With his own jury, with his own proof. I mean, people just wanted to talk about defend or vacate. I mean, take it or leave it. And after he called out John Jones, John Bone Jones, I mean, there's how finish contenders under around while Jones is waiting for the curse of style, which is going to fall for 4 years. I mean, after that, I just saw the daddy still leg has a bit covered. I mean, the right leg is not as smaller than his feet. I mean, you can be like a successful professional fighter, but you're gonna need like a martial arts teacher, a father, or the beast in the man. I mean, that was like truly amazing, to be honest. I mean, he knocked out Blaze with the balance with a jab and falls out with some pale punches on the ground. I mean, it will be stopped for like any other weight, but heavyweight. I mean, Thomas Pinell IQ is very high, but Blaze is still like negative. To turn over and take punches face down. I mean, what I just saw for the replay, I mean, he rocked that shit. He rocked that. I mean, that's one of the best heavyweight champion of the world. Like I said it before, because there are some like guys who wants to imitate him, but no, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt. And to be proven enough about that, because we just saw Michael Bisping, Leon Edwards, and Thomas Pinell. These are the true British championships who paved a generation that nobody gives a fuck. Can't be stopped? No, not at all. Not at all. But it seems like it would be like a Mortal Kombat, but yes, we know about it. I mean, these are heavyweights. I mean, those shots are huge. I mean, Tom would hit what a 12 right hands in a few seconds. I don't think the Blaze could survive that. I don't think so. But didn't do anything to defend himself. So how many shots would it can let him eat? I mean, probably not. But yes, that was just like very realistic, but it is what it is. And it just wanted to really hide up. I mean, the speed is very unmatched. We just see all over the fights against Sergey Pavlovich and then for Curtis Blades. I mean, that's really legit. That's what it start dodging past punches with his hands down. He's gonna be very confident into the round. I mean, he turns out he's like the one who called Pavlovich, but I was very surprised with the head moving for Tom. In his previous fights, he will eat shots when it was laying on, and which usually the end of the fight tonight, he showcased his speed and his knockout defensively and counter. I mean, starting anti-key for the angles and putting away, masterful. I mean, there is nothing to compare about it. Nothing. Also, salute to Ricardo Macineiras, Carlos Sarpi. Salute to you. And let me tell you about for the masterpiece, a great masterpiece and a great masterclass of Thomas. Do you know how some heavyweight fighters get hyped up for moving like middleweights? That guy, he moves a lot. He moves a lot. He's unfeasibly quick for their massive size. But I think we just heard all about history. I mean, he looks very faster than John Jones, despite a natural heavyweight. But he was like not that very overhyped, but it became like he shows how very good it is. How very sure, because they pretty much destroy everyone in this weight class, including Jones. But I think this is gonna be might be like a great shot to put in on this bet. I mean, that could have happened. That could have happened a lot. So after we just saw for like Thomas Pinell versus Curtis Blades, so right now let's just see for Bobby Green, as known as King Green, because, ladies and gentlemen, they just lost. King Green just lost against Patty Pimblett. Patty Pimblett, ladies and gentlemen. And before that, because he just told me because he wants to be like a free agent after 304. But I was just like, how in the hell they just wanted to see how they're gonna be like an overhype? I mean, the first round it became like a little bit slower, but that weirdly suspected. I mean, Pembley was very patient on this range. He worked out for the set to the distance for the kicking game. I mean, he just answered for the sidekicks in his own, actually for trying this fame for the way for the combination. I mean, it just screamed to see me like struggling with size advantage for Pimblett, so he opted out for the takedown, but that proved like a disastrous decision. I mean, Green just landed over the guillotine choke, but Eddie Pimblett, he adjusted very smiley instant transition for a triangle choke. It was buried deeply, like almost immediately, and Green wasn't in trouble. And I predicted. I predict that because I predict Patty Pimblett getting submission or knockout with the second round. But I predicted. He tried to roll away for the change position, but Pimblett kept out for him, attacking the arm and choke. I mean, can you imagine this? I mean, we're not very sure this is an outcome for anyone's being car, but Pimblett stabbed up for the face of the toughest competition, and it didn't take a single punch. That's pretty scary. That's pretty strange, but he seems like he really frustrated Green with his rangy offense, already like the takedown with Damage. I mean, a very like Green should be like able to switch it up and wrestle, but they just put in like that single shot attempt with the instant submission. But is it for real? Probably yes, probably not. But it seems that we can continue to see how the career of Paddy Pimblett is still evolving at his own prime. Yep, at his own prime. But he really ups in it all because one of those things because he's very good. And I remember that to see because there's like a few moments that we just see like a throw like a throw a lot. I mean, what are you talking about for like mental health? When you can preach about for like men's mental health, and that's one of those cases of Patty Pimblett. And the other, they just wanted to like give themselves and sprawl racist about it, but telling everyone they should rep the United Kingdom when scouts just don't know to rep. I mean, he became like one of those first persons well for the people and then but fight way he rose around to the ones that became like a car, but you can't even play like both sides of a coin. You can't even. But in his home life, he's probably had the mental health issues too. If the wing game he goes through from the between fights. I mean, after we just saw he lost weight, but he gained weight. I mean, that was just like became something very stackable, and I really think that that's gonna be really enough how to see him involved with this career, and I really loved it. I really loved it. I mean, let's make it clear for like the Bobby Green's fight IQ makes Michael Chandler look like Socrates. Remember about for the guy from Greece? We also, but I mean, the point is, I mean, the ground sequence was very impressive. Very aggressive, very impressive. I mean, he always been legit for the submission grappling. Now he's now at a wide of fit. He might glide up to the top 15. But I just really saw for like his movement, but probably he was like in a nasty transition for a triangle choke. But That was pretty brutal. That was very impressive. I can't lie about it. Can't lie. Can't lie, but that was very actually good because Green was on a streak with some good wins, but he looked good in the fights. But Eddie totally shut it down and do so for the first time in 15 years. I mean, that was absolutely madness. Madness. And some people didn't realize how much bigger Patty would he do like a way class above Bobby because they knew the ground game was a good, but that was like pretty much good. Pretty much good, but I was like he was absolutely incredible, and I just wanted to say it. He could never stop, but he would became like something that I wouldn't expect it. That I wouldn't expect it. Also, salute to Jeff in the Zone. Salute to you. Also, NY Grady 24. Well, 25, like I say. Also, salute to Auntie Sid Solder, Katimad. Well, there's like a few persons because I know this is like be like a morning show, but right now I just wanted to hold it down because I just wanted to do like a little recap for the UFC 304, which is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible because no one see that coming. Because I mean, from UFC in Manchester, I mean, the fans are really aggressive. I mean, they had the opportunity to see how the mixed martial arts are keeping growing in the United Kingdom. It's not only about for soccer; it's only about for mixed martial arts. And we know that in the United States, they just have like the football season, which is the NFL, the college football. There's baseball, basketball. Also, there's boxing, wrestling, mixed martial arts. But the United Kingdom, I mean, they had two sports that became very popular, which is soccer. Also, there's cricket, and there's boxing, mixed martial arts, which every United Kingdom fans are getting crazy. And that's because they're very passionate. They're very incredible. There are passionate fans who live, eat, or breathe martial arts every day because that's what the fans need it for. Love and, of course, knowledge. A lot of knowledge, ladies and gentlemen. And what I just want to pour about for that point. I mean, there are so many fans who really grew up and they just see what the UFC is involved with after a few years. I mean, having like a main card in Manchester, that was like very impressive. I mean, that was just like everyone knows, everyone knows that all for the cultural talent, this cultural talent, it became something important. Also, salute to Ana Euskategi Pavon, Stephanie Mendoza. Oh, I guess because I'm doing for live on Instagram, I mean, that was like very important that no one see that coming. But joining for the UFC of Manchester, I mean, this one is sublime. It's really sublime. Very sublime, and the fans know they better. They know they're better. Also, there was one fight that I would like to get involved about this. Um, between Muhammad Makabe versus Canel Mbappe. Yep. And anyone that's around because that's been compared to like John Fitch, Jake Shields, because after we just saw for the fight of Mokabe versus Manel Cabe, I mean, they just not even pretending were the best fight with the best. I mean, can't think of about for like they didn't get renewed despite never lost it. I mean, I know they're found very boring, but Usually they at least let the guy lose, letting go if it's still like it only that has the best narrative. Also, Wakabe has been causing problems on the outside because I wouldn't take Dana's word for it. I mean, he could have been saying it like because they have negotiation issues and Macau want more pay. I mean, they used like a Strickland fighting DDP and Connor through like Dolly as a promo, but I don't think that start with K was crossing any lines. I mean, regardless how boring it may be, I mean, getting rid of like the youngest and most active in Barry the flyweight division is just like a short, shiny brain day move, but not to be surprised at all. Because he was tried like at the outside for the octagon multiple times in the fight week, and he was basically like at a pull like at another, and almost gagged. Well, get like an old check, but we're not gonna talk about this one. So it's kind of like a very unusual, but I mean, I'm very sure that because if they want to see like in every sport that the more boring or likely a team player wins, I mean, for that point, but that's the best you should be competing against each other. I mean, it lose with the badly with the stars of being like showcasing the highest level of the competition and just instead like trying like artificially create hype. Cutting a young defeated at the prospect of just getting disappointment. It's just disappointment. I mean, that was like a crazy decision. I get it. I get it. That was boring. But it's not like the only one. Kind of like an undefeated prospect just serves like they need for extreme pettiness. I mean, if you're entertaining, which is not, I mean, they have it in no favors, not to show it out. But Mano should again have some of the keys. I mean, that never makes it the case. It's very disrespectful, but it's getting like a very hot. But they always get to put it in the mid performance, and they just need like put him out to the sleep. But he might is not gonna be like one of the best performers, but Karim Muke, which was the youngest on the field and perhaps like the hottest prospect in the UFC, is absolutely wild. I mean, why did it just cut him? Why did it just cut another 5 years or a winless or add little wins like Daniel Pineda, Bresky? Also, this ridiculous. I mean, before for the fight of Manchester, I mean, there's like in multiple scraps. I mean, it's. I mean, they want to keep like it all the fighters have the TV fighters who have more TV fighters, or you can say like a 1-4, but they think that like the reason they cut a young presser was due for lackluster performance and not cutting a lot of shit. I mean, people didn't really enjoy about it. I mean, it wasn't that great, but cutting out like the 23 undefeated top is the way to go. But I'll just say because it's not at very favorite for the fans or apparently the company, but they want to be like where the best fighters compete. They can't release an undefeated who's only 23. And in reality, has been trying to stay like the best fighters for years, but I don't still don't like the decision to let him go. Because that that wasn't that obvious, but who knows? Who knows about it? Definitely who knows. But right now, it's just one of those little recap about for the UFC 304 in Manchester, and I just wanted to tell her about it. I just wanted to keep it hold down because I know the co-host and it is well pretty much busy, but we're trying to keep like in contact to make another episode together, and the Combat Club is gonna be returned to this form because well sometimes we can do like a me myself or me and Zion. I mean, well, there's episodes that it could be like together or probably alone, but we just wanted to try to figure it out how the things is gonna be very important. And yes, this is like the episode number 16, which is absolutely very great to see about it. And we're gonna to tell about for all these people that we're just here. We're just here to make sure to get analyze all of these events of mixed martial arts, wrestling, boxing. I mean, this is the Combat Club because right now it's talking about for MMA, wrestling, boxing. This is wanted to reunite it every week with the breakdowns of getting interviews on the street and more because in this club we're born to fight anywhere, anytime, anyone, anyone. So yes, and also before I do code to wrap this down right now because I know this is the episode number 16 for the Combat Club. I just wanted to cut it down to music for a little bit. Thank you. All right, so I know what you're thinking about it. Were you born in a different country? Because right now the culture it gets united. I mean, no matter if you're born from another country, I mean, if you're born from the United States, United Kingdom, Colombia, also Venezuela, Chile, Argentina, Japan, well, Philippines, Italy, you have your own roots. You have your identity. And of course, sports really unite us. United we fall, divided we fall, united we stand. Yes. That's one of those phrases that I just came through for the mind. Because sports and culture, they're really unite us. Because this is like the perfect time to unite our differences, to unite our cultures, to see different sports. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you have a bad opinion, it doesn't matter whether you have a good opinion. It just became because your opinion, it really matters. Your opinion really matters because if you're going to speak very loud, people can listen to you. I know that sometimes other people say of, oh, the people doesn't speak about it, so what should I do about it? But if you had a voice, you had to be speak very loud. But in some persons, they don't want to speak it aloud because they actually like getting caught with the fluid and everything. But as a matter of fact, speak, speak your voice, and of course, get involved with your knowledge. You can watch the fights. It's not about for a pay-per-view. You can watch the fights on television, on social media. No matter if you wanted to pay like a $50 for a pay-per-view, it doesn't matter. You can feel the vibe. You can feel the energy. You can feel all those things that really love that. And that's a really good thing. How we became like a fans of this sport. Not only is the mixed martial arts, but also there's wrestling, boxing. Also there is baseball, basketball, college football, everything. I mean, it doesn't really matter because it really unites us as a people, as a human being. Because the sports, it doesn't want to get involved with politics. Because if you wanted to involve the sports with the politics, that's not very good. Not very good enough. And I will tell you for this one. Is it not with sports and politics? That doesn't look good because it looks like a very explosive cocktail. You wanted to drink it and then boom. And we get it. We get it. Because sports really united in different cultures. No matter if you're rooting for another country. And we just saw for Olympic Games, which is like people that just wanted to see the love. And of course, great competitions. Great competitions, ladies and gentlemen. And after that, I just wanted to have like a great speech. I just wanted to tell you, thanks for joining us to this episode number 16 of the Combat Club, along with Capitán Rafucho and, well, I guess my co-host Zenith, he was very busy at all, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're just trying to make an episode together to talk about for like all the stands of UFC. So this is like a early recap, just like a short recap for the for UFC. So I just wanted to tell it about it. Oh, okay. So yeah, sorry about it. But anyways, I just wanted to tell you, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and of course, make sure you get a ring the bell for notifications. Raf in the building, so salute to everybody else. Have a good morning, have a happy Sunday, and we will see you there in the next episode. So bye there, and we're out of here.